Welcome back to Glow and Flow Radio, the space where mindfulness meets real life. I'm Delicia, your host and holistic wellness guide. Today, we're exploring one of the most powerful and often underestimated wellness practices there is: gratitude. Gratitude isn't just about being polite or saying thank you. It's a science backed practice that literally changes your brain, your mood, and your perspective on life. When practiced intentionally, gratitude can reduce stress and anxiety, improve sleep and focus, strengthen relationships, even increase resilience and optimism. It's not just a mindset shift, it's a physiological transformation. So, in today's episode, we'll talk about the science behind gratitude and how it reshapes your brain, how to practice gratitude authentically, not just as a checklist or something you need to get done in your day, and ways to weave gratitude into your mornings, nights, and everyday moments. Grab your journal or a cup of tea and let's reflect together. Let's start with what happens beneath the surface. When you practice gratitude, even for just a few minutes a day, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters responsible for happiness and emotional balance. Over time, consistent gratitude literally rewires the brain's neural pathways through a process called neuroplasticity, which strengthens positive pathways and diminishes negative ones, making it easier to notice the good even during challenging seasons. And we all go through challenging seasons in our life. That's the unfortunate part of life. And some see it as, we go through those challenging seasons so that we can recognize the good when it happens. So the practice of gratitude, practice consistently, can help you recognize the good even during difficult times. Now, researchers at UC Davis found that people who regularly write down things they're grateful for experience a 25% increase in happiness, better sleep, improved immunity, more energy during their day, lower levels of cortisol, which is the body's stress hormone, and improved emotional resilience, which allows you to better handle those negative events. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it softens it. It teaches your nervous system to look for safety, joy, and possibility instead of danger and lack. Gratitude turns what we have into enough, because we don't want to stay in a lack mindset. It's not healthy, it's not beneficial. And this is not just poetic fluff. It's neuroscience in action. Gratitude is powerful because it moves us from reaction to reflection. Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? I'm sure we're all guilty of that at some point in time. or we've all been guilty of that. Gratitude invites the question instead, what is this teaching me? Often, we have things happen and we're like, why is this happening to me? Like, why did my marriage end? Why did my relationship blow up in smoke or go up in smoke? And we just develop this woe is me. And that's okay for a moment. I'm not saying you can't feel sadness. Of course you can. That's human. But instead of focusing on why is this happening to me, we need to look at what is this teaching me? What's the lesson from this? What did I learn from my breakup? What did I learn from that heartache? It transforms frustration into awareness and awareness into peace. Here's the truth. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be appreciated. You can hold gratitude and grief in the same hand. You can be healing and still be thankful. I've gone through healing periods in my life. And healing is not linear, it's up and down. And we'll have an episode coming up about healing. And it can be ongoing. And I would say that my healing is an ongoing process. And throughout this process, even at the beginning when it was most painful, and I didn't know how I was going to get through, I still practiced gratitude. I still gave thanks. I was still prayerful. You can be growing and still be grounded in joy. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't require the absence of struggle. That is not a true belief. Only the willingness to look for light, even when it's dim. You've heard the phrase, light in the darkness. That's what it is. The practice of gratitude, choosing joy, does not mean that there aren't heavy things going on in our lives. It does not mean that there will not be periods or moments of sadness, heartbreak, pain. But during those times, especially during those times, we need to double down on our practice of gratitude. That's where the real transformation happens. In the quiet shift from scarcity to sufficiency, from rushing to receiving. Let's make this real. Gratitude doesn't have to be complicated, but it does have to be intentional. Here are a few ways to build a genuine gratitude practice that feels natural, not forced. Step 1, start your day by naming 3 things you're thankful for. Before you even check your phone, it can be simple. My warm bed, the smell of coffee, another chance to begin again. Because we're not carrying our mistakes or prior conversations or, that email. We're not carrying that. People are people, life happens, mistakes happen. We're not going to carry that forward. We're not going to ruminate over those things. And we need to be thankful for and grateful for each day that we can begin again, begin anew. This small act shifts your brain from stress to serenity before the day even starts. So start your day in gratitude. Your eyes open, begin giving thanks and thinking about the things in your life, the people in your life that you have to be thankful for. I do this every morning now. And since I've begun this practice, it has made a tremendous difference in my outlook and how I go about my day and how I view life and the people in my life. Step 2 is gratitude journaling. Each night, write down one sentence that begins with "Today I'm grateful for," and then complete that sentence. Over time, you'll notice a theme: the people, places, and moments that matter most. That'll rise to the surface. Because sometimes when we're going through life and we're not taking a moment to stop and we're constantly on go, and we're not taking a moment to stop and reflect, we can miss some things. But when you stop and you practice gratitude journaling and you start to reflect on the people in your life, then you determine people that build you up, show you love and support, and the people that need to stay in your life. And it may also reveal those people that you need to let go of, or give you a clear understanding of why that person left your life or could no longer be in your life. It's not beneficial. And I had to learn that. Not everyone is meant to go with you along your journey. They may go with you along your journey for a period of time, but that person couldn't continue on your journey for a reason. And here's a tip. Use your morning rituals for peace and gratitude journal to anchor this habit. That's a great resource to anchor the gratitude practice. This third step is you need to express thanks out loud to others, to yourself, to your creator, or even to life itself. Say thank you to your body for carrying you, to your mind for learning, to your loved ones for showing up. That's major in today's society. If you have people who are showing up for you, then you need to let them know that you're thankful for them. Gratitude spoken becomes gratitude embodied. Now, step 4, we need to practice gratitude even in difficult seasons. When life feels heavy, don't force positivity. Find one anchor point of gratitude. It could be as small as breath, sunlight, or the strength to keep going. Gratitude in pain doesn't ignore reality. It reclaims your power. Yes, what you may be going through is painful. But gratitude gives you power, gives you focus on what you have and takes you out of the lack mentality. I lost my mom some years back now, and that was one of the most painful experiences in my life. And I miss her every day. And during that time, being so painful, I was grateful for the time I had with her. I don't want to tear up now, but I'm grateful for the memories of her laugh, her smile. I'm grateful for her being there for me. I had a lot of issues with I was a sickly child, and I missed a lot of school, and I can remember one day her staying home with me, and we watched a movie called The Sandlot, and I remember her laugh. We just laughed at this one scene, and we laughed until we had tears in our eyes, and that's a beautiful memory that I carry with me. So even through that pain, I could still find a reason to smile and be thankful, because I could smile thinking about her and the joy and the memories that she lived. So let's move into step 5, which is creating a visual gratitude practice. You could create a glow board or a gratitude board. It's like a vision board, but filled with things that you're thankful for instead of things you want. Seeing your blessings visually can ground and inspire you on tough days. The more you practice gratitude, the more it radiates outward. When you focus on appreciation, your relationships deepen because gratitude fosters empathy. You start to notice what's good in others, not just what's missing. Often, in relationships with the people we love, there comes a time when we have friction and we begin to focus on the negative. But gratitude has this ripple effect, and it forces us to notice the good in those around us, not just the wrong, the negative. And during those difficult times, because we all know in relationships we will have difficult times, but we need to remember in our gratitude why that person is in our life, what there is to appreciate about them, not just what the friction is in that moment. And it may be significant. Sometimes significant things happen. But during those times of reflection, again, you can determine if that person is a benefit to your life, or if that is a person that needs to be left along the road of your journey. But if that person is a positive benefit in your life, then you need to reflect on that and show gratitude for that individual. Because again, having people in your life who support you and who will be there for you. As some people say, you're ride or die. That's rare today. So you need to appreciate that and keep that close. Keep that person close to your heart. The practice of gratitude in your workplace fosters teamwork and motivation. When you go into work, when I go into my office and I have my team, if I go in a negative state of mind, that can reflect to my team and that can impact morale. But when you go in after having a morning ritual that involved the practice of gratitude, that reflects in your demeanor, in your actions as you go about your day. And that can definitely go a long way to improve teamwork and motivation. In families, it reduces conflict because, again, gratitude, we're focusing on what we have to be grateful for, and that includes that individual. In your own mind, it cultivates peace, and this may be the most important part of the gratitude practice. It gives peace. Gratitude doesn't change what's around you. It changes what's within you. And that inner transformation, it's contagious. You may become calmer, kinder, and more grounded. And people around you begin to feel it too. Let's close today's episode with a brief gratitude reflection you can do anywhere, anytime. Almost anytime. If you're able, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And exhale slowly. Think of one thing, just one, that brought you peace or comfort today. And while you think about that, continue your breathing. Deep breath in, slowly exhale. Now hold that thought in your mind for a few seconds. What does it feel like in your body when you focus on it? Warmth in your chest, a small smile, a sense of ease maybe. Now think of one person or experience that made your day a little better and silently say thank you. Finally, whisper this affirmation. I am grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my growth. I am grateful for what is and what's yet to come. Breathe it in. Let gratitude fill you. Gratitude is one of the simplest practices and one of the most powerful forms of self-care. It doesn't require time or money, only attention. When practiced daily, it transforms not just how you feel, but how you see. This week, I challenge you to choose a 5-minute gratitude ritual morning, night, or anytime you feel you need to reset. Notice how it shifts your energy, your perspective, and your peace. Now, if today's episode inspired you, share it with someone who needs a reminder that joy can be found in the smallest moments. And don't forget to follow Glow and Flow Radio for more mindful, science-backed wellness, inspiration. Additionally, you can also get a copy of our Glow and Flow Holistics Morning Rituals for Peace and Gratitude workbook. It's a great resource with simple prompts and guidance to help you deepen your practice and rediscover the beauty in your everyday life. Until next time, stay glowing, keep flowing, and remember, gratitude is your superpower.